Writers! Welcome to our virtual class today. How is everyone doing? I hope you are all feeling amazing today. Today, we have a super exciting secret mission. We are going to step into a mysterious jungle for the jungle mission, becoming a narrative writer. We have an important task to rescue our clever little friend. Who is it? Kancil, okay. Who is currently cornered by a hungry tiger. How are we going to do that? Well, we must master the secret recipe of reading and writing stories in English so we can help Kancil escape. So prepare your notes and let's start the adventure. Before we set off, let's take a look at our mission map for today. First, we are going to discover what a narrative text is. Second, we will master a time machine called that. The name is simple past tense. And the third, we are going to read and continue the story of Kancil versus Tiger. So, what exactly is a narrative text? Look at the screen. Narrative text is an imaginative story or fictional tale made to entertain the readers. That's right, it is a story made just to keep us entertained and excited. There are so many examples around us. We have fables, which are animal stories like our tale for Kancil today. Then we have traditional legends from Indonesia, like the story of Lake Toba or Malin Kundang. And even the superhero stories you watch on TV, they are all narrative texts. Now, before we break down the formula, what exactly is the simple past tense? To put it simply, my awesome friends, the simple past tense is our time machine language. We must use this grammar rule whenever we want to tell a story, an action, or a situation that already happened and was completely finished in the past. So there are two golden keys to remember. First is the event happened in the past. It could be yesterday, this morning, last year, or back in ancient times when Kancil and Tiger lived. The second is the action is already over right now, meaning it is not happening anymore. Okay, in Indonesia we just add the word kemarin or tadi and the verb stays exactly the same, right? For example, kemarin saya beri makan. Sekarang saya beri makan. The word beri doesn't change, but in English, it doesn't work that way. The moment we step into our past time machine, the verb must change into its second form, which we call verb to. Remember, verb to. The secret formula is actually super easy. Subject plus verb to followed by an object or an adverb. Okay, let's look at the positive example first. The tiger jumped from the bus. The word jumped here is a verb, its second form or verb to. Another example is Kancil ran into the deep jungle. The word run is also a verb to. But wait, keep this in mind. If you want to say no or make a negative sentence, a superhero helper comes to save the day. Named did not or didn't. As soon as the word didn't shows up, the verb goes right back to its normal, original form or verb 1. Remember, verb 1. For example, the tiger didn't catch Kanchil. We don't say didn't caught. It is the exact same rule for questions. We just put the word did at the very front of the sentence. And the verb changes back to its starting form, verb 1. Did the tiger roar loudly? Did the tiger roar loudly? Pretty simple, right? Now, when exactly do we turn this time machine on? First, of course, whenever we tell fairy tales or fables. Second, whenever you spot past time signals like once upon a time, one sunny day, or yesterday. Just like in our story, one sunny day, Kanchil walked happily in the jungle. Alright, now look closely at the screen. It turns out that past verbs 2, have two different personalities. On the left side, we have regular verbs. These are the good, obedient child verbs. Changing them is incredibly easy. We just add an "ed" or "d" at the end of the word. For example, jumped because jumped, and walked because walked. But in the right side, we have the irregular verbs. Now, these are the clever and swift verbs. Just like Kanchil, they don't like to follow the rules, so the word changes completely or change their vowel sounds. For example, run changes into run, and see changes into saw. There is no other trick here. We just have to read a lot to memorize them. Before we read the story, let's peek into our adventure dictionary so you don't get lost. Here we have walk, jump, roared, run, saw, said, and thought. Every single word in this table is a verb in its second verb, or verb 2. Now, let's test our reading skills. Let's read the story on the screen together, out loud and with great expression. Okay. One sunny day, Kanchil walked happily in the deep jungle. He wanted to look for some fresh green grass. Suddenly, a big tiger jumped out from behind a bush. The tiger roared loudly, "Aha! Finally, I can eat a fat lunch today." Kanchil was very shocked and scared. The tiger trapped him against a big tree. Kanchil looked around and thought quickly. He had to find a brilliant idea to escape from the hungry tiger. Oh no! The story just stops right there, everyone. Kanchil is cornered under a big tree and the tiger is ready to pounce. Now, this is your time to shine. Now it's your turn. Your mission is to rescue Kanchil by writing the ending of the story on your decorative paper using at least 4 or 5 sentences. Remember the writing toolkit secret we talked about? Use the three magic words first to start the problem, then to show Cancel's clever idea, and finally to write a safe, happy ending. And most importantly, make sure all your sentences use the second form of the verb, the simple past tense. Once your story is finished, we are going to host a gallery walk in our classroom. You will get to stick your creative work on the classroom walls, walk around nicely with your friends, and read their stories. Don't forget to put a star sticker on the stories you find the most exciting and the ones with the best past tense sentence. Thank you so much for going on this adventure and learning with me today. You are all amazing future writers. Stay creative, stay happy, and see you in the next adventure. Bye bye.